Hey there everybody, I've got two packages that came today. I ordered one from Amazon and Bud K. So let's take a look at them and see how they compare. Okay, this is the one from Amazon. It wasn't even listed as an Mtech knife. And you can see I opened these already. This one's obviously Bud K because it has the Bud K catalog in there. Okay, I cut the tape on both boxes. These are just little survival knives. I've seen them. Apparently they're made in China and companies can have their own brand put on them. Because there's one by Survivor, which I don't have, but it's the exact same knife. And then there is another one from Mtech, and then there's one from SOA, Ultimate Survival. But they're the exact same knives, pretty much. So let me try to get this Mtech box open here. There we go. And you can see this one is branded Mtech, so the sheath is a little better because it has some rivets on it. And it looks like the stitching and everything's a little thicker on the Mtech version, which was from Amazon. But you can see the handles look pretty much identical. The butt caps look pretty much identical. Let me get them out of the plastic here. Okay, there are the blades. They got little blade protectors on them. They were wrapped in a lot of plastic. Like quite a bit of plastic going on there. Let me get this blade protector off. And you can see they are literally the same knife, probably made at the exact same company. And this one's branded, I can even see it, I guess SOA. It's got their little symbol over here. It says a serial number. I think it says BK 5485 China. It does have a S-shaped handguard, and it's metal. So it's got a steel guard. And I gotta say, the handle feels like stainless steel. It doesn't feel like aluminum. Just touching it. It could be zinc or something like that. Like Maxim makes a survival knife. It looks like the one from Harbor Freight. But it's got a zinc handle instead of an aluminum handle. So you can get different steels for the handles on a lot of these blades. This here says Mtech USA, but it is made in China. This one actually says 440 steel. USA design, handcrafted in China. But other than that, it's the exact same knife. I'm sure this is the same steel even. Like this could be 420, but if they're cranking them out, you know, I'm sure they're the same. But I gotta say, I like the Mtech sheath better. There is a plastic liner down in there, which probably isn't showing at all. There you go. But it is down in there. And this one also has a plastic liner down in there. It's just smaller and not really showing up, but it's in there. This has a little small, like 2-inch belt loop. It's padded. There's like a cushion in here. Feels like neoprene on the inside. And this one has a little bit larger, maybe a 3-inch belt loop or close to it. And it's got the same padding and neoprene inside. The buckles are not like labeled. This one's in black, so it's a little more stealthy. This one's in kind of like a metallic gray. Looks almost silver in the camera, but there is a tint of gray to it. And then, of course, you got the red Mtech on the stitching there. Man, this camera does not want to focus. Jeez. But they do have little rubber, like gasket rings in the grooves, because the metal's actually grooved. And then these little rubber rings go inside of those grooves. And then it's like diamond textured in between for extra grip. So I mean, it's not bad. They're freaking tiny. I mean, these could be almost like everyday carry blades. They're so puny. I do notice that these things just pop right out. So how long those are going to stay on or last is beyond me. But you can see they got a fuller carved into them. They have a pretty sharp feeling saw on the spine. And then there's kind of like a serrated knife serrations, which, wow, they feel pretty sharp. The blade itself doesn't feel super sharp to the touch. And then this one from Mtech, pretty much identical. Yes. This might be a hair sharper, I'm not sure. But it feels like it might be. Okay, let's see what's inside of these hollow handles. Okay, you can see down inside the handle there. It is a screw tang with a nut on it. There's also looks like a washer that takes up the whole distance of the handle. So that probably helps secure it too. Now, if you were to put some steel stick epoxy down there, or any type of epoxy, you could make that a little stronger. Definitely hold that blade in better, and that's probably what I'll do, even though I'm not going to use these knives all that seriously. But you can see it is kind of a thick metal. Try to get the light to hit just right. It's nice threaded, solid metal the whole way down to like the washer, the screw tang, and of course the bolt on it. And we'll look in this Mtech one, it's probably the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. It has the same washer, the same screw tang, and the same bolt. And it even has the exact same threads, pretty much. But yeah, identical. I do like that they put that washer down in there. That could only help. Okay, this one has a little tiny survival kit inside the handle that falls right out because there's plenty of room for it. You get 3 matches, a striker, probably some fishing line. Can't see everything in there. The rubber band, of course, and the little baggie. So some basic survival gear in there, and you get this tiny little button compass. And it is pointing the right direction, which is really surprising. Yep, it's actually working for how puny that is. I mean, it's this fingernail small. And the reason I'm reviewing both of these blades together is they're pretty much the exact same blade, so why would I divide it up, you know? This one has a sewing needle and I see some string in there. I don't know if that's fishing line or... Okay, you do get some fishing line. There is some string, like some thread that goes with your sewing needle. It's hard to see, but there's like a fishing hook, at least one, folded up inside of this cardboard, which has a match striker paper on it also. And you get the matches. There's no sinkers, though. Lead sinkers like the old kits used to come with. But it's an okay little kit. And there's room to put more of your own things in there. And even though this cap is made of metal, I mean, it's pointing north. It's pointing the right way. Yep. Set it nice and flat, and it's an accurate reading. They look pretty much identical. I'm sure they're made at the same factory with the same steel. So if this one's 440, I'm sure that one's 440. Which isn't the worst steel on earth. But let's get some measurements, I guess.
asked God in heaven to make a man like Rambo.
God didn't make Rambo. I made him.
Who the hell are you?
Sam Trotman. Colonel Samuel Trotman.
Look, we're a little busy this morning, Colonel. What can I do for you?
I've come to get my boy.
Your boy?
I recruited him. I trained him. I commanded him in Vietnam for 3 years. I'd say that makes him mine.
I wonder why the Pentagon would send a full-bird colonel down here to handle this.
The Army thought I might be able to help.
Well, I don't know in what way. Rambo's a civilian now. He's my problem.
I don't think you understand. I didn't come here to rescue Rambo from you. I came here to rescue you from him.
This is them beside my Spyderco that I carry pretty much every day. Give you an idea of just how small these little survival knives are. And you can see they're quite a bit smaller than those old like 80s survival knives from back in the day. Okay, I got a sheet of printer paper here. This one here is the Mtech. Let's see if it has any edge on it at all. You can feel it grabbing the paper, like it could probably use a good stropping, but I mean, I'm kind of surprised that it's cutting it as well as it is. And then this is the SOA. You can see that there. Let's see if it's sharp at all. Pretty much identical. You can feel it gripping the paper real hard. Could use a strop, but it's doing it. Way better than I thought. Okay, this is what they look like inside their sheaths. This one has a strap a little bit higher up than this one, and this seems a little more flimsy than this Mtech. Just the sheath. Let's see if it slides down a little bit. I guess it does a hair, but not too bad. It's actually holding in there pretty good. And this Mtech is holding very good. I think this one has the superior sheath. Well, that's about all I have for this review of these two very budget survival knives that you can find on Amazon or at Bud K. I think they were under 15 bucks. Like, they're actually quite affordable. I got the SOA survival knife, and the other one wasn't listed as Mtech, I don't believe, but it arrived and it's an Mtech. And I have seen a couple videos where across the blade right here it'll say Survivor. So there's that brand out there, and who knows how many other brands or there's, you know, versions of this that there are. But don't worry about what it says on the marking on the knife, because they're the exact same blade. Same handle, same compass, same everything. Exact same survival kit, same thicknesses. As surprising was the pommel. Like, they're actually solid. It might damage the compass if you're hammering with it, but they're actually pretty heavy. They feel like the head of a small hammer, so I think they could hammer a tent stake with no issues whatsoever. Plus, you could crack open like walnuts or anything like that. But a lot cooler than what I thought they were going to be. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
This is Joe Doomsday, signing out.
Well, if you send your people in there after him, they'll get killed.
You know, we're just a small hick town sheriff's department, Colonel, but we're expected to do our duty just like our heroes in the Special Forces.
In Special Forces, we teach our people to stay alive in the line of duty.
No shit, I never thought of that.
You want a war you can't win?
Are you telling me that 200 men against your boy is a no-win situation for us?
You send that many, don't forget one thing.
What?
A good supply of body bags.